bit of a chestnut brown color. That's what moves in India, and not the blonde one. So you wouldn't find, being a UK brand, there's no point bringing it in.
Funnily enough, there wasn't much blonde hair to say that the salons in Nigeria, right?
Yes, exactly. We have to move to the market. And this area is attractive for people using hair, men, the boys, between 20 to 24 also. So when they had hair.
Yeah, well, my 10-year-old son is already worried about it.
He is there, okay. Tell him help with that hand now. tell him help with that hand.
Yeah.
Show me a few before-after pictures. While I take it. They need suffering from alopecia. So they need much more sweetest hairpiece that fits very squarely on their head and gives them a very, very natural look.
Just tell me the pronunciation of that again.
This is called...
I know all about hair loss.
Yes. Alopecia. This is a typical alopecia gland product because they use hair, and they have a permanent problem. They do dermat, they do Ayurvedic, they do homeopathic. But these are all ongoing treatments. For months they have to do, and they give up after. The way I would give up from a gate. After 2 values, I get to go. And then the results of... We don't sell a promise. We don't sell a dream. We sell a...
Madam.
We basically put a hairpiece on the lady's head in a way that when she walks out of the store or a salon, it's as if she's got back a normal hair, what she had before she lost her hair.
She has the confidence.
And she has the confidence. And the best thing is, now she's willing to go through a treatment. Because if she's got something that solves the problem today, then she's willing to do the treatment in 6 months. Then okay, fine, I'll get my own hair back eventually, hopefully. So I don't mind spending money and being patient. But the problem is tomorrow morning. The problem is today. She doesn't like to be out in the crowd. So cancer is one thing, but that's immediate. They need a hairpiece immediately. Because cancer is not planned. Alopecia is long term. So gradually they lose it. So psychologically they are aware that they're losing. But in cancer, unfortunately, it's like overnight they're told they have a plan. They have to go to chemo, and their hair starts losing. And they need a hairpiece. So there's no self in the West is you come to a store, what do we do here? When they have a problem, before the chemo starts, they come to a wig store, they buy a hairpiece that is similar to their own hair. And they keep it. Once the chemo starts, the hair loses. Honorable Deputy High Commissioner Andrew Fleming. Very grateful to you, sir. You have just flown in from the UK and have taken the trouble to be here. Without your presence, this place would have not had this grand a launch. Thank you, Abhilash. Thank you for your very, very busy schedule for making it like here, please. Thanks to the press. for taking time out and making this occasion one of the first time that we are in Hyderabad now. You all have got a bit of a profile about us, so please do question us with any more questions you may have. But all I would want to say is we are the first UK European brand to come into India, thanks to the DIT, the Department of International Trade, that brought us here six years ago. And this is our first franchise store that we have opened in India, in Hyderabad. Our flagship store is in Chennai. And from here, we plan to have stores in every first tier, second tier, and third tier cities with our concept of opening a franchise store. We cater to two aspects of the society. One is what we call as fashion, and the other, a more important, a more serious, a very big vacuum which we believe is there in India, which is what we call necessity wearers. Necessity wearers are those girls, ladies, women who lose hair for medical and non-medical reasons. Cancer and alopecia being two very common reasons, and they don't know where to turn to. Back in UK, Europe, back in London, the girl can walk into a store and buy a hairpiece the way you and I would buy clothes. Over here, that concept is not there. They become a secluse. There's an emotional, psychological trauma they go through, which we realize, and we are here to make a difference. And as I promised, and as we have tweeted, that we promise to make a difference in the lives of ladies, especially girls, ladies, women who suffer from hair loss. So like with that small thing, over to Andrew for his words for us, words of encouragement.
Well, thank you very much. I think gentlemen of the press for being here. I think it's really good that you've come this morning, because I generally think this is a really big thing that's starting today, and I'm delighted to be here and be able to be part of the launch. You've heard from Hassan really the highlights of what Wig-O-Mania are about, but I would just like to say a little bit more about a couple of the things that he's touched upon and my personal view. But first of all, I mean, I don't know if anybody else has noticed the coincidence, or maybe the planning. This month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. On Sunday, yesterday, as some of you will know, we had a huge pink ribbon walk in Hyderabad. Thousands of people walking around KBR Park with two objectives. one, to raise the awareness of breast cancer, and secondly, to celebrate survivors. And this shop, I think, is a really big thing for people that are suffering, for people that are survivors in the short term. As we discussed outside, many people that are subject to hair loss, particularly women, but it can also be men as well. My son of 10 is very conscious and worried about losing his hair. But many people are really worried and fearful about the risk of hair loss. And I want to give one example. I was back in the UK, as Hassan said, and that's why I wasn't able to join the Pink Ribbon event yesterday. But one of the reasons I went to the UK was to visit a friend whose new wife, discovered she had breast cancer on the night of their wedding. And she is one of the strongest people that I know. She came to visit me when I worked in Nigeria. She's one of only 2 people to actually come and visit me in Nigeria, which shows the type of woman she is. And she had to go through this chemotherapy. She lost all her hair. She's remained strong, and happily she had an operation while I was in the UK, and now the prognosis is very positive. It was caught early. But the thing that upsets her the most, the thing that she finds most difficult, is the hair loss, exactly that. And when you think about a country like India, a city like Hyderabad, and the many people that suffer in this way or in some of the other conditions that can cause hair loss, having this kind of offering for the first time is a really great service to the people. It really is going to help transform people's lives, give them the confidence they need to get through it. And then, of course, there's a fashion side, and I mean, I love the red and blue wigs. I'm Nigeria, and I previously worked in Ghana. And in both of those countries, this kind of thing is huge. Wigs, hair extensions, everything. I mean, you know, no self-respecting lady isn't going to have at least four wigs or hair extensions in her cupboard. Here in India, the awareness of this it's still quite new. And you know, there's huge potential here. And that's why as I said at the beginning, I think this is such an exciting development that this facility is opening first of its time. And I really see this being something that will take off and be a success, both on the necessity side, which, as I say, I really feel is very special, and on the fashion side too. And you know, obviously, also, I'm very proud that the VIT have been working with Wig-O-Mania in other parts of South Asia going back to 2010. We're always very happy when a new British brand comes to India, and I'm particularly happy when one comes to Hyderabad or any of the other cities that I'm responsible for here in this particular part of Italy. And I assure you, Hassan, it will continue.
Thank you.
As you need it. And I know you have ambitious plans to grow, and you want to have Wig-O-Mania in all of India's first, second, and third tier cities in the long term. I believe that you know that you're onto a very good thing. I've heard excellent feedback from your first store in Chennai. I know that your success there has spurred you on to come to Hyderabad.
Yes.
And I'm absolutely sure that you know we will see further growth in other parts of India, and you know VIT will remain by your side in that respect. And I think it's also right to acknowledge your partners in the opening of Hyderabad. You said this is your first franchise.
Indeed.
I think that is
the faith they put on us.
That is also great. I think I'm sure the faith will be returned. Yes. But again, it's great. It's great to see that faith and that belief, and we have to acknowledge all the people that have worked to make this store a reality, and all the good that I believe it will do. So I think on that note, I want to wish you and all your partners all the best for the future. You know, I will certainly be tweeting about Wig-O-Mania on social media. I'm sure I'll get interest from my friends in Nigeria as well as I do so. You'll find me on Twitter, Andrew007 UK, and I will be doing that for a while, and I'll be popping by at some point to see how you're getting on and how you're growing as a store. But I wish you all the well, and thank you very much. And finally, I just want to thank Abhilash here, who made today happen in my absence. I've been away for the last 2 weeks, and he's been running around with the lad in
your entire team.
Yes. And I'm really, you know, also grateful to both of them.
Indeed, so thank you so much. So are we. Thank you, Abhilash. Thank you so much for being there. Thank you. For fashion, they can go off to Delhi, or they can go off to Bombay or Chennai and buy a hairpiece. That's fashion. But here is a situation where they have got cancer, where they have got alopecia. They don't want to get out of the house, leave alone go very far. They need a hairpiece where they can walk into a store and get one, something which is very normal and common in London, in the UK. Here, as we said, there's a vacuum. So our focus, the expansion plan is not from a business angle as much as a necessity angle. We believe there's a requirement, hence we are more keen to expand fast.
So how many stores are planning, and will it be franchisee?
Yes, in principle it will be a franchise mode, because we need to grow fast and we wouldn't be able to handle it all ourselves. So the fact is we do a turnkey project, because knowing that our potential investors and franchisees wouldn't have the experience. So we do a turnkey, right from helping them set up the store, identifying a location, set up the store, get them staff, training the staff, hand-holding them for minimum 3 months, as we would do it for every store starting from Hyderabad, because we've got systems in place right from A to Z, and then we let them take it on, and we are there, support the trainings and all the works is there.
In the near term, how many stores
Our Coimbatore is the next one. It is already signed up. Our only challenge is getting a right location. Once we get that, we already signed it, and by the before the end of the year, we hope to be able to get our second franchise store up. We've also signed for Bangalore. Somebody who has taken a master franchise from us for Bangalore. She wants to open 7 stores across Bangalore. And the good thing about these potential investors are they're all my former clients. the ones in Coimbatore are two gynac doctors having a hair problem. They come down to Chennai, they use our products, wear it. They come to know that we are like expanding through a franchise. They write us an email in London asking us, can we have a franchise? Why not? That's how Coimbatore has happened. Exactly the same has happened with Bangalore, where she's a client of ours, loved our products, wore our products, and suddenly felt, you know, guys, Bangalore needs this kind of thing. Can we have a franchise? So we have not marketed ourselves very aggressively. Like as of now, we're too busy with, you know, getting ourselves grounded. But our own clients are coming to us and saying, you know what, we want a store for you, and that for us gives us a lot of faith. You know?
So who is the biggest client? The corporate one or the?
Okay, we are in India since 2011. We have marketed ourselves with salons and corporates. Salons, hospitals, doctors. These have been in the past our major 80% clients. But we realized over a period that the necessity angle was not being very well covered by them. They are more into fashion. They're more into pampering the girls, ladies, women, making them more beautiful. But what about necessity? So we then decided that, you know what, the best way is to set up our own flagship store, use it as an example for people to realize the potential. And that's where, because we have maximum clients in Chennai, ironically, people still ask us that why Chennai? Chennai has got a lot of good hair, the ladies have got fantastic hair, but they have got enough hair problems. So Chennai became our flagship store, and we broke even in the second month. We launched it on the 17th of Feb, March 31st we broke even in Chennai. That's the potential we're talking about. So that became our flagship store, and now this has become our.
Where are these sourced from? All these
East Europe. The actual hair is sourced from East Europe. They are then processed in UK, various parts of UK that actually specialize in this work. And then our technical lead is based in Manchester. So she is the brain behind all the technical angles and aspects of bringing in the products that are needed for the market. So we study the market, we study a lot in India, hence you don't find any blonde wigs because that's not what India needs. And yes, and some, oh yes, you'll be surprised they want. That's the fashion angle, that's the fun. The young girls.
I think it's for the pop.
Yes, there is enough of that kind of crowd. So we believe we are a one-stop shop. So whatever your requirement, we hope to be able to give you. Whether it's your daughter wanting a funky for a particular reason, the whole point is why actually color your hair, put an extension so that you don't damage your own hair. I tell that to my daughters. You need your hair for the next 80 years of your life. Why are you touching that? Use a hair extension, take it off.
But do they get customized ones?
Yes, we would then be able to customize it for them. You know, but in principle, we are not a tailor-made kind of a shop. We price range. Again, our concept is we want to cater to the entire segment. Those who are not very affluent and those who are affluent. Everything should be available for a girl, lady, woman, and even a gentleman. So we do Japanese fiber, which looks very close to human hair, and we also do like human hair. So our range would start from even 2,500, 3,000 if it's a fiber hairpiece, and would go up to 35, 40, 45,000 when it is the finest quality of European human hair in lengths of 22 inches, 24 inches. For Tony and Guy, we've done even 36 inches of it. It's a one-off, especially if there are celebrities, there are those movie stars, they have a particular shoot. They cost obviously much more, but then that's a segment they can afford. So we do it for them too. We would cater to the entire segment. No particular girl, because necessity is something that could hit anyone, whether it's cancer, whether it's alopecia. If she cannot even afford a high-end, there is a normal, which is a UK branded, good quality product. She doesn't have to be too worried about the fact that it'll get spoiled in a few weeks or whatever. That's because it's a very well made brand and a product.
So how many pieces are
Hair pieces in a month? In a month could be in the range about 190 to 210. Depends. We have such a huge range. So we've got wigs, closures, toupees, extensions, funky. The full thing goes around the 200 average mark, but sometimes there are seasons that it goes up to a crazy figure. 2 months ago there was this religious festival where it kind of dips because they don't buy. So those things, cultural, we have to keep in mind, but an average of about 200 pieces a month.
quantity and non-quantity retail industry. Do you see some of those real chains looking at franchisee options?
I mean, certainly, I hope, you know, just like the example of Wig-O-Mania,